At 6 hours, the United States Army deploys helicopters, armored vehicles, reconnaissance teams, and enough logistics to move a small city. Their objective is simple: eliminate one Fortnite player. Unfortunately, that player is Prime Peterbot, a man who can turn one wall, 2 edits, and half a second of bad judgment into your return to lobby. The army has planning, discipline, and numbers. Peterbot has zero fear, absurd mechanics, and a gaming chair that has seen things no chair should ever see. So, could the US Army actually take him down? Yes, that sounds obvious. It is not. Because there is one major problem. Fortnite only lets 100 people into the lobby. First, we need rules. If this happens in real life, the video lasts 12 seconds. The answer is obvious, and everyone leaves disappointed. So this is a virtual war game inside Fortnite. Build mode, 1 custom battle royale island, 1 life, and only in-game loot. No real missiles. No satellites. No calling an airstrike on Pleasant Park because somebody stole your wall. Peterbot gets his preferred landing route and a 30-second head start. The army gets a private command channel, no friendly fire, and, in the final round, 30 days to learn the game. Peterbot and Polo won the 2024 FNCS Global Championship. But the trophy is not the scariest part. The scary part is how his brain compresses chaos. Peterbot sees ownership, timing, escape routes, damage probability, and the exact emotional moment when that opponent is about to panic at it. His biggest weapon is not raw aim. It is decision speed. He can recognize a fight, reshape the space, and finish it before an inexperienced player has found the key that places a cone. Numbers can become a supply chain. If the army attacks one squad at a time, it is not surrounding Peterbot. It is delivering packages. But hardware was never the army's best argument here. Its real advantage is turning thousands of separate people into one system. Scouts find. Leaders decide. Teams move. Supplies follow. Somebody, somewhere, has made a spreadsheet about it. That matters because the perfect counter to an elite mechanical player is not another heroic 1v1. It is refusing to give him the fight he wants. The army does not need 99 cracked editors. It needs 99 disciplined players who can watch different angles, share information, deny resources, and resist the irresistible urge to jump into Peterbot's box for the clip. There is a catch. The army trains for terrain, communication, marksmanship, movement, and logistics. Fortnite asks a different question. Can you build a 3-story apartment during a gunfight while a teenager edits the floor beneath your feet? Real soldiers bring discipline and composure. Peterbot brings thousands of hours in this exact physics engine. And military communication becomes chaos if 99 voices all shout, "He's one shot," a phrase which, in Fortnite, can mean anything from 11 health to full shield and emotionally thriving. Round 1. One trained soldier against Prime Peterbot. This is not close. Real-world composure helps, but it cannot replace game-specific mechanics. The soldier might aim well and hold position, but Peterbot controls the walls, the timing, and the vocabulary of the fight. Peterbot wins about 99 times out of 100. The one army win is Peterbot disconnecting, sneezing during an edit, or attempting something so disrespectful that the laws of probability intervene. Now send a 4-person fire team. This sounds 4 times better. It is not. If they enter the box one after another, Peterbot gets 4 isolated fights, 4 loot drops, and a documentary segment about the incident. That does raise their chances. But 4 players cannot watch every route, and one mistake creates the gap Peterbot needs. Prime Peterbot still wins most of these. Call it 85 to 15. At roughly platoon scale, say 40 players, the argument changes. Now the army can scout, contain, pressure, and keep a reserve. It can occupy high ground before Peterbot arrives. It can control vehicles and mobility. It can leave observers at likely routes instead of chasing the first gunshot, like 40 caffeinated stream snipers. Peterbot's strategy is to make the formation emotional. Tag 1 player. Fake an escape. Pull 5 pursuers away. Eliminate the fastest one. Use the new materials to rotate. Repeat until the map-wide plan becomes a collection of personal grudges. If the platoon stays disciplined, the army wins perhaps 65 times out of 100. If it starts hunting clips, Peterbot turns the entire operation into a loot trail. This is the tipping point. Mechanics still create miracles, but information and overlapping angles begin to beat individual speed. Peterbot still has one path: destroy the plan faster than the command structure can update it. He moves through difficult terrain, uses the storm edge to reduce angles, creates false information, and attacks the weakest element, hard enough that nearby teams abandon their sectors to help. If he can transform 199 versus 1 battle into 20 separate box fights, the impossible becomes merely ridiculous. That is why Peterbot does not get 0. But over many simulations, the resource gap keeps growing. Every miracle costs materials, health, ammunition, and space. Eventually, there is nowhere left to edit. So could the US Army take down Prime Peterbot? Yes. In Fortnite, with preparation, coordination, and the full 99-player limit, the Army wins roughly 94 times out of 100. But the conditions matter. One soldier gets deleted. A fire team becomes loot. An undisciplined platoon becomes a highlight reel. The Army only wins when it abandons the heroic duel and turns the entire island into a system Peterbot cannot solve quickly enough. Prime Peterbot is better at Fortnite than any individual soldier in this simulation. The Army is better at making sure the fight is never individual. In the end, it really does take an army to stop Peterbot, just not the part of the army with the tanks. But that is our simulation. What rule would you change? And how many soldiers do you think Peterbot could actually eliminate? Put your number in the comments. Just remember, if your plan begins with "I would 1v1 him," you are already part of his loot route.